Welcome to the Morning DNA for September 16th, 2020. I'm Aaron Dicer, the man with a single black shirt. She is Danae Hughes, the woman of a million distractions. And we're going to see what this day is made of. Danae, I said Hughes this time instead of Danae says. It's like I just go back and forth. Who knows what it's going to be?
Well,
don't
joke's
spill your
on
coffee.
you. I'm going to change my name to Danae says. My actual.
All right. Fair enough.
Hey,
Fair
I'm
enough.
not actually tilting my cup at all. It's just the angle of the camera. It looks like I am.
Okay.
See, look.
Okay.
This.
You're going to spill hot coffee in my lap.
So huge shout out to your mom who is listening right now.
Right?
Hi, Mrs. Dicer.
Danae says she is not accepting any tacos today.
I was going to say the entire audience has recently become aware of the great taco incident. So if you get comments about the taco incident, that's why.
Yeah. It is absolutely wonderful to be doing a someday edition of the Morning DNA. We do this Mondays and some days, and so we're glad to join you. This edition is on the Team DNA members podcast feed if you want to do this via podcasting, which again, you just go to Patreon, patreon.com/StudioDNA. By the way, huge shout outs to Kristen and Jason. And Jason both becoming Team DNA members since Monday.
What?
Yes. Thank you guys.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Now, and this is kind of like, we're having fun, obviously. We originally just had a quick goal so that we could set up Twitch for myself and also Twitter. I think we also launched it, and maybe Facebook, and we went more of a high definition. And then we're like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Next goal is Aaron gets a new shirt. Oh, and there's a new contender.
I have to wear a shirt for a week. Yes.
There's a new contender that I don't have pulled up today.
Well, do you know
we'll have to do that on Monday.
Yeah, we can show you some other day, but I think many people are aware of the Key and Peele sketch where he continues to call somebody named Aaron Aaron. And you done messed up. Aaron is one of the things in that skit, and I have adapted in many areas of my life when I mess up because I do.
You actually do a little bit of a segment on other podcasts called "You Done Messed Up." Aaron. So this shirt could be perfect, but I have to tell you, I'm still going to vote for the dragon shirt. We'll show you guys on Monday. Yeah, and if you want to see the dragon shirt, check out Monday's show.
And in case you're confused about what we're talking about, we're going to do a poll for what shirt I will wear for a week on the show once we get to 30 members of Team DNA. We are at 23, which means we are 7 away. Again, it's just $5 a month, and it supports what we do. That's really, at the end of the day, it's just this huge, humbling, wonderful thing that you're like, hey, I like the morning show you do. Yeah. Here's some funds to keep doing it. So thank you.
Here, you can buy Actually, I'll show you. Hey guys, you can buy a mount for this new webcam.
That's true. We need webcam mounts. That's true.
So we have these better ones. I think mine is fine, but whatever. And the only thing I can find to fit in it that I can maybe make my own mount is this weird key thing that I found on the floor of the garage.
Well, that is a standard. That's a standard mounting screw. So if you have any kind of camera mount, it'll fit into that screw. But
I don't have a. Who has one of those lying around?
I'm just saying. I know.
My plan is to take foam and then glue it to something and then try to stand it up. I have this whole make it work sort of moment.
No glue, please.
Onto the back of my really, my nice new laptop that I saved up for.
Yeah.
But anyway, first of all, I wanted to address that comment really quickly. I don't know what necklace you're talking about, but I will definitely show you.
The one that's $150 that you printed out a picture of.
Oh, that one.
Probably wouldn't be appropriate for this show, but you never know.
Okay, then I'll just skip that comment.
Follow Danae on Twitter to know that.
I love the open container comment as well, Matthew. Yeah. It looks like I'm tipping my coffee, but I'm not. This is perfectly even. It's just the way the camera is hitting it.
Yeah, be careful. Be very, very careful.
I will.
So thank you to our new Team DNA members. We do appreciate you. By the way, we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. That's amazing. Our Twitches continue to grow. So thank you for subscribing to both of our Twitches. following us on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. We do appreciate it. So thanks. What's Lolly's comment?
Lolly's comment says, if you reach 40 members, Danae has to let her daughter choose her outfits for a week. Listen, I'm actually super down for that.
That sounds really fun.
That sounds
really
super fun.
We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves, though.
That's true. When we get to 1,000 members, blah, blah, blah.
Got to get to 30 before we get to 40. We love you guys so much. We appreciate you guys doing that, and it means a lot to us. So thank you for that. You ready to shoe a dough, Danae? You got some more stuff you want to talk about, kind of like in chit chat? You got like chit chat you want to do?
Well, I wanted to play a super quick recording of Iris.
Oh, of course. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I asked her if she wanted to send a message to someone. I don't remember who. Maybe it was grandma or grandpa. And this is what she said.
Okay.
Hello. I am Iris. Are you busy? Okay, well, bye.
Are you busy? Hello.
Would that be a really you remember when people would call you and you used to have like an answering a message on your phone, when people used to call you on phones and stuff?
Yeah, that's weird, but yeah, I have those memories.
You remember those memories? That would be a fun one for that, like an outgoing message kind of thing. Hi, I'm Iris.
I'm Iris.
Are you busy?
Are you busy?
Bye.
She's so fun. And we do this thing in the mornings where, and I won't play this one because it's long and a bit more obnoxious, but we do this thing in the mornings where sometimes, not often, but sometimes we'll try to get my husband's attention. And this started when she was an infant, and I would say, Daddy-o, just like a super thing. And so the first time she did it, it was so adorable because she's this little infant and she goes, Daddy-o, Daddy-o. And so now it's developed as she's grown up into her own thing. And so we're like literally just laying in bed this morning, both of us, just this cacophony of daddy-o sounds and all this stuff. My poor husband's just probably trying to have breakfast at the kitchen table like a normal person. We
will get back to the Lucas comment, but JC saying we can never have too much of Iris. Totally agree.
Thanks, guys.
That was too adorable. And then Sweet Chicken Sir says that literally sounded like high voice Danae from the older Shoe the Dough podcast. That's Tassie Tab. Your daughter is turning into Tassie Tab, Danae. How do you feel about that?
Oh, man. I didn't think about that at all, Sweet Chicken Sir.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Lucas says, hey, guys, tomorrow is my birthday. So how about a happy birthday? Also, what is the most traditional birthday party food in your country? Here in Brazil, it's the brigadeiro.
Ooh, I'm looking that up right now because I like food.
You're going to go order one somewhere? The local Brazilian place?
Brigadeiro. Ooh. All right. So this looks like chocolate cake with like chocolate shavings covering it.
Okay.
So it's very...
probably be a bit rich for me, I'm guessing.
Here, or maybe it's sprinkles. Yeah, it just looks like a triple layer chocolate cake with chocolate stuff in between every layer, covered in chocolate sprinkles. Wow, that looks amazing. Oh, is it caramel in the middle? Aaron, this is why I should have rules about what I can and cannot. Like I'm gone. I'm gone. You'll need condensed milk, chocolate powder, margarine, table cream, full fat milk, cornstarch. Those are the things that tells you right off the bat.
Brigadeiro is like fudge, but so much better. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. But happy birthday to you.
And to apparently Skadora also has a birthday tomorrow. So happy double birthday, guys.
That's incredible, you guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you and you. Happy birthday to you.
Lots of choices coming in for traditional birthday food. Aldo Wahada said, is alcohol considered food besides in my house?
Nope.
Slab says, my birthday meal was bison steak. Bison steak.
I've never had bison steak before.
JC says, for my birthday, I love pie on it because my birthday is Pie Day.
That's cool.
3/14.
What a unique thing. I love that.
Kramer says, burgers and fries, America.
My favorite birthday treat is pumpkin pie because my birthday frequently falls on Thanksgiving, and I have really fond memories of having pumpkin pie. And I love pumpkin pie.
I have to say this. We may just do like a 3-hour show today. I have no idea because we're not getting into it yet. But you're sitting there talking, right?
Yeah.
And you are about to pour yourself some more coffee, and you glance over at it like you were surprised by it almost, and it looked like somebody else's hand was coming in from the side to pour your coffee. And it's like you have somebody standing off to your left.
Yes, my assistant, my closet assistant.
Yeah, your coffee assistant. Literally, Danae has hired someone to stand in her closet and pour her coffee. That's all they do.
That's level 100 members at Patreon.
Wait, level 100 members at Patreon get to pour coffee for you in your closet?
I'm sorry, 1,000. Level 1,000. I was a little too low.
Fair enough.
Oh my gosh.
All right, now you're ready to shoe a dough.
No, because Cyregdo said that. Now, is it faux?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
I believe so too.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
And Kramer's like November 1st, so candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right after Halloween, you got lots of candy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How fun. What a great start to the show. Thanks, guys. And yeah, Aaron, guess what?
What?
I'm ready to shoe a dough.
All right, let's shoe the dough. We are going to do DNA and U once again this morning. So we will have a topic from D, a topic from A,
and
a topic from you. Several topics from you if you want. So be thinking of what topic you want us to talk about today. Could be something in the news. Could be something on your mind. Could be a question you have for us. Anything is fine. You can throw out any question. We will answer the ones that we want to. That's kind of how it works. So let's start with the D topic as we do.
We do.
What you got?
So I have some defeat on my mind this morning. I went to bed last night defeated, in not like a terrible way. I'm smiling about it, but it also really is bothering me. And I thought that I would use you all as therapy today. So I thought, how do you process disappointment? Share your thoughts with me, because my way of processing disappointment is to try to find the silver lining and try to make a positive experience. But I'm having a really, really hard time. And I'm going to actually show you. You may have already seen this, but I'm going to show this to you because this is my disappointment. It is this beautiful. Okay, you know what, Aaron?
Yeah.
I was going to show this, but now I literally don't know where that is.
The screen you have to push play on?
Yeah, it's
so
weird.
You're gonna show a video, right?
Mm-hmm. But now I can't find. Oh, it's because it was full screen. Okay, I found it. So there's no audio, but this is the puzzle that I'm working on right now. It's from Critical Role, the show that I talk about. I've been working on it for a couple of days now, and it is coming together. It's really beautiful, but look at that. Look. It's a very specific piece that's totally missing, and I found this chunk of, I don't even know what, but I'm assuming it's the missing puzzle piece. So you can see it's there kind of in the background. See right there?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm kind of showing the other puzzle pieces it's not anywhere in here. And so then, of course, I glance at the puppy. I'm like, did you do this? So you can watch that on social media if you want to and feel terrible right along, with me. But it's a 1,000-piece puzzle. This is the first thing I've ever bought from the show. I've never bought Critical Role merch before, even though I'm a huge fan. So This is my first time to buy merch. It's my first time to ever do a puzzle. Last time I did puzzles, I was a kid. I'm not a puzzle girl.
Puzzles are great.
I'm having such a good time, and I'm down to the last. It's all the white stuff filled in the top, and all of the bluey green on the bottom. And now there's one piece, a very critical piece, missing. It's just like they always say in those, it's the worst case scenario for a puzzle. I can't put it up on my wall. It's not art anymore. It's busted, right?
Yeah.
So is it get another puzzle? Is it my husband said, well, maybe you can call the company. And I'm like,
you could, but Skidara has an interesting idea. Use some plumber's putty, push it into the space, cut it out, and then paint it to go along with the puzzle.
I love this idea.
That actually could really work.
But it's a really intricate piece. It's got a little bit of one person and the edge. And then it's got this faded perfect color from the other part. I don't know that I'm skilled enough to do that. I want to think that I'm skilled enough to do that.
I bet you could. All you'd have. It's like a really interesting game of connect the dots, right? Like you just have to figure it out. It's nice with a 1,000-piece puzzle because it's not a huge part of the puzzle. So even if there's like intricacies in there, I think you could figure them out pretty
There are
easily.
so many comments right now that are like, you can do it, you can make your own piece, or call. But here's the question I have. Like, would you be like, okay, so it's the tip of Jester's horn combined with Caduceus's cloak, piece number 862, you know what I mean?
Here's the unfortunate part about that too. All puzzles are slightly different because they are actually cut and then boxed. So it's not like they create the individual pieces and then put them all together and box them. They have a picture that they cut. And so even the slightest change in the angle of the cardboard when they cut it is going to affect how that piece fits. So I really feel like your best bet here is to make your own. At least give it a shot.
I mean, I guess that's better than just like setting it on fire, which was one of my choices yesterday. I go into a rage whenever I feel emotion. It doesn't last as long as it used to. And this might be surprising to you guys, but I used to have pretty bad problems with my anger. Like I would just lash out at people and I had a really poor attitude. I worked for a long time to just curb that emotion. And it was really just on me.
I have a scar right here.
Shut up. That's not from me. You're going to get me in trouble. You're going to get me in such trouble. But anyway, but I still like whenever I'm processing disappointment or whatever, I still feel that like come up in me, the anger come up in me. And I'm like, this puzzle is done. And I didn't like throw a fit or anything, but in my mind, this puzzle's done. I'm just going to like throw it away. And then I swing into, no, this is art. A piece is missing. I saw you guys' comments similar to that. So it's hard though, because I really wanted to put this up on my wall. Like that was my goal.
So
was to put it on my wall.
A test 417 says find a high-res picture of it. That could work too. If you line up a high-res picture and then you just
cut out,
glue that over the plumber's putty or whatever.
Okay, so you guys are doing great work.
I think that could work.
I have a couple of other problems with the puzzle. I'm just going to shout them out real quick. No worries.
Okay.
Also, Iris spilled some water on the table yesterday.
Oh, no.
And
That's more than just the missing piece.
3 of the pieces absorbed to like twice their size. And the layers started peeling off of the back. So today I get to figure out if they actually are going to fit into the puzzle. I may just have to buy another one and do it all over again. Thankfully, they're only like $15. So it's not going to be like, but I was like, I don't know. I'm trying not to spend money for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's just part of the art. You know what I mean? Like there's 3 raised pieces, 1 missing piece, and that's just my life, and that's okay.
We have done 2 1,000-piece puzzles that we have framed. One of them is a Toy Story puzzle with Buzz and Lightyear. It's really nice, kind of oil canvas, kind of artistic kind of thing that I really like. And of course, I'm a huge Pixar guy, if you can't tell from behind me. And then the other was a Legend of Zelda puzzle that we got when we were in New York at the Nintendo store. And that was back when people traveled. And that was one that we put together and framed as well. So I'm totally with you as far as like having something beautiful that you put together, then you do the puzzle glue, put it in a frame, and it looks so nice.
I haven't done that. And like I said, I haven't done a puzzle. Like who does a puzzle? I did a puzzle. I was so proud. I'm still sort of hoping that like once I put the whole thing together, there's like a miracle. You know, like I clean the table, I get it all put together, I'm looking around and suddenly there's the piece. So I'm kind of holding out for that.
Possible.
And I'm kind of holding out that the absorbed puzzle pieces have shrunk back to their original size. We'll see. But anyhow, I thought it was a fun topic. Just, you know, sometimes things happen and you're really disappointed with the results. And this is one of those situations for me. And it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of hard.
You have 2 choices when you're dealing with disappointment. One, you can care less.
Oh, okay.
You can just not be as interested. Or 2, you learn how to process it. You learn how to express it in a way that feels resolved. So you don't hide it, so it doesn't boil up. You know,
I want to be that person because here's something that I was thinking about as I've genuinely been wondering what to do. the person that I am is the person who would order a new puzzle. Just throw this one away. And then I'm like, no, I really want to, but I want to be the kind of person who doesn't waste. It's okay with things being broken or different. And I want to be the kind of person that would put up on my wall and have a conversation and not let those things bother me because it's not that big of a deal. Like, I feel like the way that I have been most of my life is that if it's not perfect or if it's not like the picture in my mind, then I failed. Something is wrong. And I don't think that's true. And so sometimes I force myself, like in this puzzle situation, to accept defeat so that I can grow. And as weird as it is to talk about it with a puzzle, that's kind of where I am right now, is I sort of don't want to get a new puzzle.
I hear you.
But I do, because I don't know.
This is a great way to talk about acceptance. And this is what I mean by kind of caring less, although there could be a negative connotation to that too, like if you start to get into apathy. But the idea of not investing so much importance in things that maybe aren't that important, that are just symbols or physical things or whatever. I have a very similar story with my wedding ring. My wedding ring has this, long historied story over my 25-year marriage where it was at the bottom of the ocean for 24 hours.
That's true.
Found it the next day. This is true. This was on my honeymoon. I lost my ring.
In the ocean.
In the ocean 3 days after we were married.
And then you found it the next day after it had been in the ocean all night.
Yes, correct. And then it cracked one time while I caught a baseball barehanded. We were playing catch or something like that. And, there's always this thing like, do I fix it? Do I get a new one? And I decided I kind of like the story. I kind of like the idea that just like relationships have ebbs and flows and occasional cracks, but they're still beautiful and they're still, worth holding on to and not throwing away or something like that. Recently, my wedding ring finally broke into two pieces. Just was hanging out doing something and it just broke. So what we've decided is that probably going to mount that and maybe do a wedding ring tattoo kind of idea.
Ooh.
So, it's one of those things where you let the story progress and you let it tell you something, you let it teach you something, you let it, mean something to you as opposed to just being disappointed that it isn't what it always was or it isn't what it used to be.
It is beautiful.
I like that.
It is really beautiful. It's weird to find symbolism. I am a symbolism person, so to me it's not strange to find symbolism in things, but it does feel a little bit strange. Like, I can just imagine someone coming over to my house. They walk into my studio space, they see this, cool piece of art, and there's these funky pieces, and then I just dive into this deep conversation about
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be accepting and blah, 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 blah. They're like, I didn't even notice it was gone. You know what I mean? We really tend to find things and focus on things, but thanks guys for all of the love and the great conversation about this puzzle.
The conversation is great, and I do want to read some of it. Matthew says, acceptance is not resignation. It is the answer to any of my problems today. Something I have learned from being in recovery from addiction. I love that. Acceptance is not resignation. And I think that's a really important thing to kind of think of and to kind of look at. So yeah, I did also want to address the question, OMG, how did you find it?
That's a fun story. You want to share it today or another day?
It's fun. I guess I'll do the simple version today. The mystery is the mystery. And I guess the simple answer is I would say God, because it was one of those moments where we searched for hours and hours and nothing was happening. And you know what? Honestly, it kind of goes with the acceptance is not resignation thing. There was just a moment where I was like, look, God, if this is something that's meant to be found, we're going to find it. If not, it's just a ring. And I looked and it was at my feet right after I said that. Literally just sitting at my feet. So it's...
Didn't you? And you also, you were like, I realized that you hadn't prayed. And you're like, oh, I should pray about that.
Yeah. So, it is one of those mystery moments for me, like a testament to something beyond myself that I hold on to. So, yeah, that's that story. All right, you ready to go on to the A topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't think it's as deep. What is your favorite vehicle ever? We grow attached to our cars, our vans, those kind of things. And so I just was curious. The reason this was brought up is because this is Danae's old car that she sold to my family after how many years?
We got it in 2009.
11 years.
In like I think July.
So over a decade, you had this vehicle, and it was time to let it go to another family. That family was me.
So that was Monday. That was after our show on Monday. I went and I got my car cleaned, and then I went and got Aaron. We signed papers, and there it goes. I loved that car so much. I would say, but behind it is my Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking about favorite vehicles, it's weird because I have a love of my Jeep as well. But I don't drive my Jeep every day like I drove my Yaris. And so, yeah, we do get strange attachments to vehicles. For sure. I am still not sure if I should have sold you that car. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Too bad. Too late.
Are you guys liking it? Because I noticed that when you drove away, I feel like you were second guessing a couple things because, for example, you couldn't actually roll the window down. Because
I'm used to that stuff.
You're a larger guy in a tiny little clown car. So
I'm used to that stuff. That stuff's fine. I like it because it's got real get up. Like it goes. Which is nice. And I don't mean that because I like to drive fast. In fact, exactly the opposite. People who know me know that. They probably wish I would drive faster. But no, it just, if you need to accelerate, it accelerates easily and quickly and doesn't feel like the car is struggling. Like I notice with our minivan sometimes, if we need to accelerate quickly, it's like, oh, come on, guys, what are you doing to me? You know, like the engine sounds like it's going to explode or something. So I like that about it. So yeah, no, it's nice. We just got it, so we'll see how it works out. But
my favorite vehicle I've ever owned was for sure that one. Although before I've owned many, but here's the thing: I've never bought a new car and then driven it for a decade and then saved up for cash to buy the next car. That's the first time I've ever done anything like that before. So. Even though I'm really excited about this new car because it's a newer vehicle for us, it's larger, it fits our family, that kind of thing. The reasons that you would change a car, even though you love the one you have, is, our family grew, want more room, a little bit of a larger vehicle rather than driving the little one around, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that anything's going to top the Yaris. Like, it's going to take me a long time to think like that car drove me around for a decade. That car went over 200,000 miles. That car had 13 cubbies and 7 cup holders. I counted because I'm downgraded to like 2 cubbies and 4 cup holders.
Those are the important things. The cubbies and the cup holders. Things. Those are the important things.
Okay, do you have weird memories? Hold on, sorry. My mom and dad, they used to take my brother and I to like car dealerships to look at new cars just like for fun. They also used to take us to like open houses to just walk around for fun too. They're dreamers. Imagine me becoming one. But anyway.
Of open houses of people you knew or didn't know?
Didn't know. Like the sale, like when they were on sale.
So you were open house crashers?
Well, like, when you're looking for a new house, you go to an open house where you can see the house.
But you're not looking to buy a house. You're just going and walking through somebody's home.
That's correct.
Okay, got it.
Not
just wanted to make sure I understood.
Peeking in drawers and stuff, just like looking at the home.
Why not?
And more often than not, it was like new builds, so there wasn't anybody's stuff there. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm saying that so you know that I'm a dreamer. Anyhow, the thing that we would look for in cars always was cubbies. My brother and I would jump in the car and we would just look for all the little cubbies and secret stuff.
Little secret compartments. Totally get it. Totally get it.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Paulie says, I have a 77 Datsun truck since I was 16 in about 1997. Still have it. Got it from my uncle, and he helped me learn how to work on cars with it. It hasn't run in a decade, but I can't get rid of it. Isn't that amazing?
I know that feeling, though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Lolly says, I love my teeny Yaris toy car. It's zippy for a little car and manual transmission. It's perfect for me.
I warned Aaron about that, too. I was like, when you're letting your kids drive this car, you got to let them know it's like it just
Yep.
goes.
It goes.
Mhm.
Kramer says, I named my cars. First Jessica, second Demi, third current Vanessa.
Okay, so I asked
What about-
Iris.
What about
my
Roger?
mom,
What about Steve? Just saying there's other names. Go ahead.
my mother always named her cars. My dad never did, but my mom did.
Mhm.
And so I was like, but I never named my Yaris. I did call it Strawberry a couple times, but not enough over 10 years to like make it the car's name.
Mhm.
And so I asked Iris, like, hey, should we name this new car? And she's like, yes. So she's like, I said, what do you want to name it? She looked at it, she literally does this. Tricep. So I guess my car's name is Tricep.
Oh, I love that girl. I love that girl.
It could be anything orange. It's an orange car.
Yeah.
Tricep.
Basketball, an orange.
I think she's been watching a lot of dinosaur stuff, so I think she was thinking Triceratops.
Triceratops? Okay.
I'm thinking.
I thought she was just really into working out the triceps, man. It's amazing.
I just wanted to throw this one up on the screen too. Favorite vehicle was my first BMX bike when I was 11, says Matthew.
Mhm.
It was as though I was given freedom to go wherever. That's so true.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff here. Nick says favorite vehicle was my
Sorry. This is what happens when two people have control.
favorite vehicle was my Ghostbusters big wheel trike with the giant Slimer on the front that I had when I was 5.
Heck yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man. Those little toy cars. Those things were so fun.
Mm-hmm. Love my minivan, but after 10 years, Bertha/Helga is getting replaced this weekend.
Oh, congratulations on the new replacement. Also,
Yeah.
Bertha was what I named one of my very first sewing projects. I made a pillow and named her Bertha.
Nice. Jessica says, I had a Honda Civic for 10 years and sold it this year to a college student. It was sad to part ways, but it'll be perfect for the girl I sold it to. And I love my quote unquote new car. I paid cash and it was a great feeling to buy something so nice for myself right before the COVID shut down. So now I hardly drive. Laughy face. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, these are
that
great,
was
guys.
in the before times.
I'm going to tell a couple stories, and you can look for other ones that you want to highlight as well while I do. But I have 2 cars that I remember for various reasons. One is my first car, and I think that's true with a lot of people. You remember like the first one that was kind of yours, that you got to tool around in, and that was a white Pontiac Grand Am. And the thing about the Pontiac Grand Ams is they kind of looked sporty, but also I could like fit in them even as tall as I was. Like the seats were low enough that I never felt squished, and there was room in there.
Were you full height when you were 16, or did you grow
I
anymore?
was full height when I was 13. I haven't grown since 7th grade. Maybe an inch since 7th grade. So yeah. So I've been this tall for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, my shoe size was my age until age 15. So or age 14 or whatever it was. So yeah, it's I was definitely, and I never really had a growth spurt. My whole first 13 years were a growth spurt. So
maybe that's why you don't remember anything, is because you were just constantly in pain.
My body was so focused on the job at hand that I don't remember anything while I was doing that. I like that. No, that makes a lot of sense. So I remember that Grand Am, loved that Grand Am. To this day, when I see a Pontiac Grand Am, I'm like, oh, I love that car. There's
so
just
cool.
something that happens like that. The other one was when we were growing up, we got a Chrysler New Yorker from somebody for a while. And if you don't remember the Chrysler New Yorker, it is the car that talked to you. Back in the 80s, there was this car that had things that it would say. Instead of giving you like a beep or a warning, it'd be like, fasten your seatbelts. Or it would be like, the door is ajar. And
really?
Yeah. And of course, being who we are in our family, anytime the car would say the door is ajar, we would say, what's that make the window? A lid? And I mean, it was just...
So you're saying that the reason you're very punny is also because of a car?
Yes, that is where it all started. So it would talk to you, and I remember vividly how fun that was and how cool that was, and yet like how useless it kind of is. Like there's no real advantage to that over a light of some sort. In fact, it can take more time to say. So yeah, Jessica says it was like Knight Rider. That's the idea. But anyways, look it up. Chrysler New Yorker. for a while had talking cars.
It sounds like one of those big ones.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest,
it was a big car, yeah.
The coolest old car that I had for a brief time was an El Camino. I don't remember what year it was, but it was my grandpa's El Camino that my dad let me drive for a little while I was needing a car. And you had to kind of crack the window because while you were in the cab, it just smelled like gas a lot. And so it kind of was uncomfortable to just sit in the cab without the windows.
The car? It was the car? You sure it was the car? Just
gasoline.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I don't know your uncle, so.
My grandpa.
Your grandpa. Sorry.
And then I had to lean into the door to get it to open. So there was a couple of times whenever I had to really give it the old shove to actually open it because it was just a little bit too snug. Mm-hmm. But that was a fun car to drive around in.
Yeah.
The El Camino was one. I remember telling my dad excitedly one day that I had found the 8-track. And he was he goes, it has an 8-track? It was hiding behind the dial for the radio. The dial for the radio.
Like it had to come forward and then the 8-track was behind it kind of thing?
Yeah, so the panel for the radio that had the dial on it that would just go from left to right, it was like a rectangular dial. And I pushed it one day and it just flipped in. And so
Of course you found that. Of course you're the one that just pushed something and something happened.
I know! And I was like, what is this? And it was this massive thing. And so I showed it to my dad and he goes, that's an 8-track. And so he went to a garage sale that weekend, happened to find some 8-tracks. And so I got to experience, I think I was 22, driving around town in El Camino, listening to an 8-track for the first time ever. And it was so exciting for me because 8-tracks are weird for a lot of reasons. Mostly because I'm listening to digital music on my phone, right? But then you push this 8-track in and it kind of winds into the music. It goes, and the first song that played, I promise you, I don't know what the song was. I don't have any recollection of what the song actually was, but it was
probably some sort of CCR song, probably Credence.
And I'm in this El Camino. I'm like, this is amazing. This is like something in a movie and no one's here to see it.
Yeah, sure is. Amazing.
Yeah.
There were actually cars that had turntables installed back in the day.
What?
Yeah, that is a legit thing that people did.
How is that not distracted driving?
It is. And
I mean,
how do you not scratch up the wax every time you go for a ride? I'm going to read some more of these car things while you are thinking about your question or topic for us, because we're about to go into the you topic, but we'll read a couple more of these.
Anything goes, but we don't have to answer anything.
Correct. So feel free to start getting in your questions or topics. I know I've seen a couple already, too, that we may go back to.
I'll try to go back and find one.
Yeah, do it. Hate Ego says, my first car was a 97 Pontiac Firebird. I always wanted to get a driver's seat from one and use it as a desk chair for nostalgia. That is simultaneously very cool and also very impractical.
Desk?
I was like, how do you use a car seat for a desk chair? I don't know. If you could make it work, that's really cool. I like that idea.
I have to move around way too much. That's so stable. I don't know that I could do that, but I love the idea.
Doc says, I've had so many minivans growing up because of car accidents. Yay! I'm so sorry. It does happen.
I'm sorry about that.
Lolly says, my friend's first car had a broken fuel gauge. She had a Post-it on the dash giving the date and mileage when she filled up so she could guess when it needed petrol based on mileage. So that's fun. A little Post-it note gas gauge.
That's funny because that actually happened with my Yaris and we decided to fix it. It was like $500 to fix it.
Yeah.
And when I was handing Aaron the keys on Monday, he was like, so does the fuel gauge work? I forget what you did with that.
It's true.
I was like, no, actually it does. Because I would so forget. I'm a visual person. So I would forget to reset the odometer. Like, oh man.
Also, I believe you mean petrol gauge.
Petrol gauge.
It's obviously called petrol.
Right.
So yes.
Petrol is such a cooler word anyway.
Isn't it? I think it is.
I think so. I went back and found one of the you topics.
All right, let's get into the you topics. Let us know your questions or topics that you want us to talk about.
This one comes from Archimedes, who says, how many hours a day do you spend on your phone, and what are you normally doing it the most? My phone lasts about 5 hours of screen time, and that's normally for the whole day. But new phones are coming in with much larger batteries, and I wonder if people are just going to use it more every day instead of using it for 2 days on one charge.
I'll go first if you don't mind, Danae. Because I've been really impressed with some of the notification updates on my phone recently. On the new version, I do Google phone, so I have like the Pixel 4, and they just released, what is it, Android 11, I think they just released.
Yes.
And every update allows the notifications to be more easier to view and understand what they are, so you don't actually have to get into your phone to see them, because what happens is I will pick up my phone to check a notification, and I'll have to open it, and I'll be like, oh, I'm also going to check this and also going to check this. And what was I doing again? Why am I scrolling here? What's going on? So like the idea that I can just look at my phone and go, oh, there's an email from this person. There's a text message from this person. I don't need to deal with that right now. I don't have to open my phone. And that's helped me out quite a bit. I still have the thing where it's just like a normal habit just to pick it up and look at the screen. I think that's always going to be just a force of habit. But the fact that I don't have to like always be on it, I think has really brought my actual screen time down. What I'm doing on it is mostly communication. Imagine that. And then random keep my mind occupied games. So I like idle games where they can be working on stuff when I'm not playing them. And then I just check in and see how they're doing. Those are really fun for me. I got a new one that would absolutely terrify you, Danae. It's basically, I would show you, but my screen is, if I hold up my screen, it's basically like a mirror. Like it's not,
oh, right.
Here, let
right.
me try. That's okay. You can, it's not like there's anything, but like, it is like math equations.
Okay. This is a game you play?
This is a game I play. And those math equations basically, see the graph that's growing in the background? Yeah. Those math equations relate to how fast exponentially your growth is going on the amount of, in this case, dollars it says that you have. So it's basically just like a use math to create the biggest exponents you can to have the biggest. And so anyhow, sounds fun, right? And it's my brain, sorry.
For you, I am not surprised.
Right. Yeah, it's perfect for me.
I'm always impressed with your ability when it comes to math. Yeah. It's a language I don't understand.
Yeah, I totally know addition, subtraction. I know most of my multiplication tables.
Well, that's good.
So
that's good.
Yeah,
I know my nines pretty well.
I'm getting up there.
Here's the visual difference for the game that Danae plays, just so I can kind of show you, like, visually what it looks like, like the complicated style of gaming. We'll just get this going here. It's called Emoji Blitz.
Oh yeah,
you match the little guys.
Sure. It's
together.
What's the most?
It's really hard to do this backwards.
Like that, the Candy Crush. It's a Candy Crush type.
Super
game.
Complicated patterns. You have to like find the people. See, you can tell that Sebastian is here, and it's really hard to tell on the screen. That's Nemo. So it's really hard to follow.
I like Nemo.
Really hard to follow.
People are asking for the name of the game, so apparently there are others like me.
There are so many people like you
who would enjoy it. If
you should be proud of yourself for being one of those people.
A list of amazing idle games, I can give them to you, but this one's called Idle Exponential or Exponential Idle. I can't remember one, but if you search for Exponential Idle, you will find it. So yeah, you can check that out.
The quick answer for me is a lot. I'm on my phone a lot. I also do it for communication. I work from my phone. I watch shows on my phone whenever I can. I listen to podcasts all day long if I can. Frequently.
That's true. I
take
think of that
photos.
The screen isn't on when I listen to podcasts, so I didn't think about that one. But that's a good one.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Like if there was an app to map how much I'm on my phone or how much it's activated, it would be most all of the day. I do also play games on it, but I don't play games for very long. Probably 10 or 15 minute break. So, but I have definitely been working on my screen time since having Iris, just because I don't want her to be completely obsessed with the phone. Right. So obviously she does what she sees. I'm failing terribly at that, just so you know.
Totally understand. There are many, many times I am thankful that the mobile explosion happened after my kids were kind of through that. My youngest was probably in the 9 years old range when phones really became a consistent thing. So they were already kind of through all that development stuff. I'm very thankful for that, actually. JC says, what would you rather fight, 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? Playing a little would you rather, which we do on this show occasionally if you listen to the podcast. This is a famous would you rather question that I only bring it up because JCD asked it, but also because there's a video going around online. Have you seen this? No. I wish I could load it up for you. I might try if we're doing something else. But it's a video of how they use ducks to clean rice paddies, and it is literally an army of probably 10,000 ducks marching through this field area from above, from like a drone shot, and it is terrifying, and it has completely changed the way I see this question. Because my answer has always been easily I would rather fight 100 duck-sized horses, and now I'm not so sure after seeing that. So,
I have thought about this multiple times because it's come up in the show before. I don't remember what I've answered before, but my answer now is one. But I haven't seen this video of the rice paddy ducks.
One? You'd rather do a horse-sized duck?
Yeah.
That thing will destroy you.
No.
Okay.
I'm a ninja. But here's why. Here's why. I think that killing 100 things would really mess me up, but killing one would be a little easier.
You don't have to you don't have to kill anything. You're just fighting them.
If I'm fighting it, I'm assuming it's trying to kill me. Or I just have to stun it. I just have to do something to stun it. So
yeah.
But their mouths are really scary. Like Google a duck mouth and they're frightening.
Yeah, Boy Don't Play says, imagine the size of the bill on that horse-sized duck. I mean, come on. You see those scary duck mouths, and now you've got them the size of a horse mouth?
Yeah, I might have made the wrong choice, but it's too late.
Too late. That's how Would You Rather is played. You're stuck with your first.
I'm gonna go with this one from Windham Psych One, who says,
"That's Wyndham, and that is my sister."
Hey, hi. Do you know your Enneagram numbers? I have my suspicions. I think I'm a 7, but I don't remember. I just wanted to throw that up there so that you know that we often forget to be those people that know.
Yeah, whatever number is the number of the person who doesn't care about Enneagram numbers, that's probably my number.
I think like I'm a 7. I don't remember. Yeah.
It's just, we've talked about this. The personality stuff so many times ends up just being mixed for us. Both of us. We have this thing where it's just like, you're all 7 of these things. And it's just like, it gets, you're an extrovert and an introvert. How is that possible? I don't know, but welcome to you. So it's one of those things for me where Enneagram seems the complicated version of that. And I think I've done it. And I think somebody has told me my number, and I didn't care enough to hold on to it in my brain. So whatever number that is the number that I am.
Here's one from Slab who says, best on toast, jelly or butter? Ooh, depends on the jelly.
The answer to this question
is butter and apple butter.
The answer to this question is strawberry jam.
But jam is yummy.
Yeah, but as it's worded, I would go with butter. I don't like jellies. I do like jams. So there's a slight difference. There's something about like grape jellies and other jellies, the texture of spreading it, it's overly sugar a lot more times. Jams they're sugary, but they're kind of fruit sugary, which I like better for my taste buds. So my answer is strawberry jam, but of the two you give, I would say butter. And if it's a bagel, it's butter all day. Like buttered bagels with all those crevices are just amazing. So yeah.
If we're talking about bagels, then we're talking about cream cheese. If we're talking about cream cheese, then we're talking about
cream cheese is gross.
Yeah.
Lollipop says, trick question. The answer is honey.
That's true.
That's fair. That's
100%.
Yep. Nice. Well, I think that does it. We went 52 minutes today, Danae. We just had so much to talk about on our someday. Since
we launched the show a few weeks ago, this new reiteration of our daily show. Our show in this new form. We said it would be 30 minutes. We've never done that. It's always been over.
I think we were close a couple times. I'd have to go back and look, but
that's okay. I don't mind. This is my I've said this before. I love starting my day this way. And so Mondays is when we go live with you guys for sure every Monday at 9 a.m. Central. So wherever you're watching, whatever platform you're watching from, we have this ability to broadcast to all of them at once. And so wherever you're finding the show, just make sure that you are subscribed and then you turn on your notifications, which we know sometimes don't always work. I don't know why, but just check it out. But you can set your internal clock for Mondays at 9 a.m. Central. And then we go live Mondays and some days. So we try as much as we can to go live at least one other time in the week, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So that's why I want you to turn the notifications on so that you know when we're going to be going live.
We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's so much fun for us. Honestly, Danae and I just love hanging out and talking and seeing what's going on in each other's lives. But the fact that we get to do it with a community like this is absolutely...
It's aces.
It is the best, and it is the closest we've ever gotten to the dream that we have had, by the way, since we met each other. Like, this is something we've been dreaming about for 8-9 years. And it's fun to go back, and if you go to the YouTube channel, there's some old videos there. And if you watch, there is a test run of this show 8 years ago, but we didn't quite have the technology to make it this easy. And so we used, I think, Google Hangouts at the time to try a version of this. And we've gone through so many different iterations of hanging out with you and just talking about stuff and life. And so to be able to do this together kind of in this new format is amazing. Thank you for making that possible with your own dollars. That's incredible and humbling that you would be a part of Team DNA and say, hey, you know what? Here's $5 every month just to keep doing this. So thank you for doing that as well. Again, we're 7 people away from the next goal, which would be picking my shirt for the week. If you're
making him
in
wear something other than a black shirt,
other than my single black shirt. So yeah, you can do that at patreon.com/Studio DNA. And by the way, when you're a member there, you also get access to all the other podcasts on the Studio DNA podcast network, which is the podcast network that we accidentally launched somehow. So yeah, you can check that out there, and we'll see you on the next Monday or someday. We'll see you then.
Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Everybody.